All right, so I decided to get out and do a little overnight here. Got some new gear to test out and see how things are going to work out. But I'm here on the Fife Lake Loop in Michigan, in the north central part of the Lower Peninsula. Right now, I'm following a spot that goes right along the Manistee River. Yeah, so just a little overnight, just hiking a couple of miles here and then see if I can close up the remainder of the 20-mile loop tomorrow. So hopefully that'll be a good time. The temperature has cooled off awesomely. It's only been, well, it got up to about 80 today. Overnight low is supposed to dip into the 50s, so it should be perfect. Also, I got my camera tripod back there, so we'll see if there's anything to take a picture of along the way. Maybe a little astrophotography tonight if the clouds clear away. We'll see. Good to have a pack back on, so we'll see a little bit further on down the trail. Well, as is almost always the case, I had a plan of where I was going to stop, and turns out that spot was already taken, so I'm going to continue on down trail here. I got plenty of water and plenty of light, so it's not too big of a deal. We'll keep on walking. Now we've left the North Country Trail, and now we're on the Fife Loop part. So instead of blue blazes, we now have a reddish, orangish blazes. I'd like to walk for another maybe another hour or so, see if I can get a couple of miles so I don't have to make a 20 tomorrow. But we'll see a little bit further down the trail. Tell you what, sure is nice being back in Michigan where here it is July 11th and all I've got is about 78 degrees and overnight low is going to be in the 50s. It's actually comfortable to walk. I mean, I'm still sweating, of course, but yeah, unbelievable. To my friends back in Texas, I think you guys got to triple digits today, so whew, this is not bad. All right, well, made it to this little clearing. I think this is gonna be home for the night. Set up my tent right about here. Seems like as good a place as any. Probably made it a few more miles than I planned on, so don't have to do a 20 tomorrow. Good stuff. All right, time to get camp set up. All right, well, here she is, my Zpacks Pleximid tent. Set it up in the backyard before, but this is the first time to set it up out while I'm camping. That's kind of the purpose here, to see how this thing works. So it's got good specs. I'll probably list those out here. And yeah, easy to set up, less than 5 minutes really. Even though it's a one-person tent and I'm coming from a Big Agnes Fly Creek tent that was a two-person tent, I think there might be more room in this one. Definitely some advantages from only being 5'5" tall. Still have plenty of room at the foot end and the head end. So I guess we'll see how this works out. Time for some dinner. Working on dinner here, a little Mountain House chicken fried rice. For these overnights, sometimes that's just the easiest thing. I can feel the temperature cooling off already. We're probably down around 74 degrees or so. pretty good little spot here, a little wide open clearing. Like I said, I think I might see if I can wake up a little bit in the middle of the night and see if there's any astrophotography to be had. That's about it for tonight. Finish my dinner, and I'll see you in the morning. Sun's up. I guess it's time to get moving here. Forgot my camp pillow, so I had to just use some clothes, which is fine, but tent's plenty roomy. Being 5'5" has its advantages. Plenty of headroom here. This Pleximid is a single wall tent, so as predictable, you got some condensation issues. It's not too bad though. Got about 15 miles to go, I think. We'll finish up the loop today. Time to get back moving. Let's see what the other side of this loop is all about. Gonna be a beautiful day. Starting off a little cool, and supposed to only get up into the mid-70s today, so life's good. Life is good. Time to start walking. We'll see a little bit further on down the trail. All right, so I'm walking along, and then I start seeing these signs for a dog training area, which I thought, oh, that's pretty interesting. Came up upon this pond, and sure enough, I see some people out there, some dogs, and I'm kind of taking some pictures of the pond, and then boom, shotgun blast. I'm like, oh, geez. Yeah, obviously it's blanks because they're training dogs and they just need the sound, but yeah. Making progress here, getting ready to make the right hand turn back onto the North Country Trail and start heading south again. So when I do that, that means I got 12 miles left for the day. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll see you guys a little bit further on down the trail. All right, so I made the south turn on the North Country Trail, so now I've got blue blazes instead of the reddish-orange ones from the Fife Lake Loop part of the trail. All right, so big trail junction here. There's another big trail that goes east to west across Michigan, the Shore to Shore Trail, and that's kind of where, this is where the NCT, well, it intersects it a couple of times, but this is one of them. Might give that a shot at some point. It's 220 miles east to west across the lower peninsula of Michigan, so we'll see a little bit further on down the trail. All right, I'm back at this little roadside park here. According to this sign, I've got 2.5 miles to go. So just about ready to close the loop. Okay, there's the Manistee River. That's US 131. And we're going under the bridge. About 2 miles to go. All right, almost made it back to the beginning of the Fife Lake Loop here out on the North Country Trail. All in all, pretty good little loop. 21 miles, so it makes for a nice overnight. And yeah, not any big hills or anything like that. A few nice views down the Manistee River. A few nice lakes to pass by. That pretty much wraps it up for the trip. We'll see you next time.